about coaching. All right. We talked a little bit last week about what's coaching and the difference between coaching and counseling, difference between coaching and consultation, different coaching and mentoring. They're all different. What is it that is so different and so powerful about this coaching? Maybe tonight we talk a little bit more. What are the characteristics of a good coach, right? Like, just want to highlight a little bit about what we did last week, the ending, right? That we mentioned this. Okay, so coaching basically covers some of this area of self-reflection, acceptance, curiosity, designing a fulfilled life, and give a kind of a wake-up call. Aha! Sometimes it's like that, right? Or it unlocks certain thoughts. Sometimes our thoughts are all mixed up, not messed up. Remember, all mixed up. A lot of ideas that we have, a lot of things that we want to do. Wonderful, but a coach will help you to align thoughts. Do probably a more important thing first, aligning. See, so that you're able to move to the future. All right, so basically that's what we have talked about last week, about why coaching, why do we do coaching. All right, and today we would like to touch a little bit on what we call as characteristics of a good coach. Why coach? Why is it important? All right, why is it important? Okay, before we move on, only I would like to give some time to some people. If you have anything, probably you all would like to share. Anything you all right? Some of you, the video on Florence, Eleanor, Richard. Can you see the video just now? Just show me a sign. All right. Now maybe I would open this time a little bit for sharing. If you want to unmute yourself, fine with me, or you want to type at the chat box, all right, fine with me. Why do you think that I let you watch this mosquito video? As if that, we are not afraid of mosquito. Why do you think that we watch this video? Anybody can guess? Funny, huh? Right. Blood donation drive, yeah, Vincent. Now, what I'm trying to say, very simple, is that as Roger, you guys are great. Roger, process from lava, Honestly, we don't pay much attention to how a mosquito lives. It doesn't really matter, If a mosquito were to bite me, I would just kill the mosquito. That's it, mosquito gone, right? But you watch carefully in scientific terms how this lady described a mosquito, right? The mosquito has 6 needles. The process of taking your blood and laying eggs and all those stuff, lava and all that stuff. As I have to be very careful use this word, as meaningless as a mosquito, as tiny or as a short life as a mosquito, this mosquito has a lot of Malay word, they call it ciri-ciri, a lot of things, needles, it's so like so complete as life. Now please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that from today onwards don't kill mosquito. I'm not saying that, right? What I'm trying to tell you is, as insignificant as a mosquito, it has a so meaningful life, right? So meaningful. It has, like I said, 6 needles, the process of taking your blood and how they produce eggs and all those, so delicate, you see. Now, as insignificant as a mosquito that has a kind of a delicate life, how much more we human. I mean, of course, we Christians, we believe that God created us, you know, that so delicate. What I am trying to say is that human is precious. We are all precious. The more we should coach people, the more we should help people. We consider people as valuable, something that that we shouldn't take people so lightly. Shouldn't. People have people's life is precious. All right, is precious. Okay, so this is a very, you know, one illustration I would like to make for all you leaders, coach. If one day you would like to be a coach, you know, a simple thought that people are precious. People are precious. We are called to help them. All right. Okay. So, what makes a good coach? If you have, I hope that you have. I hope that you have a tiny notebook or something, pen or a pencil, because eventually today you might be required to write something, right? So right now, by the way, I also record this session. You can always go back and have a look. Okay, so write it down. Is that what makes a good coach? Number one is that you must believe that people want to do well. Like I say, they are precious, right? They're precious. There's something that, like I say, they have a lot of ideas. All ideas jumble up here. Wow, they want to do this, they want to do this, they want to be this, they want to be that. You know, sometimes when I talk to young people, as young as 9 years old, 10 years old, you know, when you grow up, what do you want to become? When you see a policeman, I want to become a policeman. Few days later, I want to be a doctor. Another day later, oh, I want to be a soldier. So wow, so many things they want to become. Good ambition, but a lot of things up there. Okay. So your job is to help them to prioritize, work out something. So people, they want to do well, and basically people, they want to grow. They are here and they want to move to another level. That is what they are called. That's what they want, right? So that is your job to help them. All right. So okay. So and then we are called to help them to gain skills. Now we are not. Later I'll let you know. We don't need to be skillful, but we are helping them to gain skills, abilities, knowledge they need. I want to be a doctor, example. So we can ask question, why do you want to become a doctor? I want to help people that are sick. Excellent. How? Then we ask them, you know, how would you do that? They have fever, so I give them fever medicine. Okay, you know, are you afraid that you will give the wrong medicine? Or will I give the wrong medicine? Maybe you would, but so you learn to be a doctor. Where do you go? A simple illustration, right? Given, so you help them to see further, improve themselves. And a good coach, we also increase their potential and improve their performance, especially in working place. We have what we call as a business coach. There are some coach, they actually help workers, their bosses or their supervisors, and hire coaches to coach their workers, help them to improve from one level to another level, or rather improve their performance. All right. So basically, this is what we call as a good coach. Now, as a good coach, there's certain thing actually we don't need. We don't need. Number one, we don't need to be right. They have their view, they have their thoughts. The job is to help them to focus, not telling them they're wrong and you're right, not so much of that, but rather to let them see, right, what direction that they can go. And also again, that we don't have to be expert. All right, you don't need to know everything, right? You don't have to. Yep. Right. So you don't need to. Your job is to. We use the word leverage. You leverage on their knowledge and their expertise. All right. Thanks, Minoru. Okay. Yeah, it's true. You know. Okay. You leverage on their expertise. Okay. You don't even have to know the right answer. They come up with an answer. That's why in coaching, I hope I can cover today. If I cannot cover today, I will cover next week. We are called the listening, active listening, and asking right question. Everybody can ask question, but whether your question is powerful or not powerful, that is another issue. Okay. So we don't have to know the right answer. They got to find out for themselves. So we lead them or we guide them to the right answer. We don't need to be in control. Sometimes I've done that before. When I coach someone, I even ask them, you know, okay, guy, what shall we talk about today? You know? What should we talk about today? Be very open. Anything, whatever you want to talk, right? So that can be a way. And also, remember we talked about that last week a little bit, talking about consultation. Consult. If you are a consultant, you find your job is to find the problem and try to find solution to the problem, right? But coach, we don't fix problem. We help them, like I said, we guide them. All right. Again, we are not here to heal. Neither we try to make it better. We are not. Right. We always allow them to leverage. Always allow them to express and to find out for themselves what they can do and what they cannot do. Okay? And a good coach must know how to ask the right questions without making people feel uncomfortable. Like just now I was telling you, good coach, we ask good questions and we listen well, right? Listen well. When we talk about listen well is where they know that you are engaging. Sometimes you know that people are not engaging, right? When you talk to people, they look around, they're busy with they're looking at the watch, or they are, always on their handphone. I'm listening to you, but they are still busy with the phone. You are thinking, well, I am not very sure. Are you listening to me? Right? I don't know whether have you experienced people like that in your life, okay? So people want to know that you are engaging with them. All right, later, probably next week, all right, we talk about what are the art of listening well. Right? If today we have time, we will go to it. Listening well, art of listening, and then we communicate well. Communication. We able to, like I say, engage. But we also realize different people, the way they engage with you, different people, they engage differently. Or rather, different people, they communicate with you differently. There are some people that are better with hearing and seeing. We call this auditory, visual, and kinesthetic. You know, kinesthetic are those people, they are better with the hands-on, or rather you draw something. There are actually 3 kinds of people. You know that? 3 kinds. Maybe now, all right, we would like, Angelina, can I go on? Angelina, can I go on?
Yes.
If I go,
sorry,
I was, I will skip. Oh, okay, thanks. All right, so we have found out that most people are visual, just like you. Okay. Now, so if this is true, how do we understand these people, their style, so that we are, I call this a VAK, visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Then how do we we are not here to brand people, don't get me wrong, right? Then we know how to approach people, because different people, different style. So again, a bit pulling your leg, you're going to be expert in certain way. How do you approach and how do you talk? Because different people, they work differently. Okay, visual are people, they are more of seeing and reading. See, like most of you, I think I'm also visual. And you tell me direction, you draw a map go to your place draw a map you see, right? So we are involved with the use of seeing and observe things, a picture, diagram, show them, projection, for us easier to capture, right? Auditory are people that they listen, right? About 30% of the people, they are auditory. Okay, you tell them, they know what you're talking about. You give them direction to go somewhere. Oh yeah, okay. Listen, can involve in transfer information. They're more, sound. Some people, when they study, they must turn on music one, I think people like that, right? And they score A's one, Wow, tak boleh tahan, so noisy, they study, they score A's, They like sound, they like noises. For me, cannot, even a bird chip, cannot. Okay. So people like that, right? And then another group, we have what we call as the kinesthetic. They are more of touching. They want to feel it. They hold things, right? Hold it. See? So these are very basic thought about this 3 group of people. We are going to talk about this group of people a bit more afterwards. All right. So take note. Okay. So I'd like you to watch one video.
Are you paying attention? Yeah. You watching that? Yeah. You seeing that, right? You catching that? Yeah, falling on the ground. Okay, now what do I have left?
2 jacks, 1 8, 1 king, 1 6. 2 aces, 1 10, 1 9, 1 5.
1 5. You are beautiful, man.
When you focus on Kung Fu, when you concentrate, you stink. But perhaps that is my fault. I cannot train you the way I have trained the 5. I now see that the way to get through to you is with this.
Oh, great, because I'm hungry.
You are free to eat. Enjoy.
Hey!
I said you are free to eat. Have a dumpling.
see that flame? Every time you pronounce the letter H correctly, the flame will waver, and every time you drop your H, the flame will remain stationary. That's how you'll know if you've done it correctly. In time, your ear will hear the difference. See it better in the mirror. Now, listen carefully. In Hertford, Hereford, and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen. Now, repeat that after me. In Hertford, Hereford, and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen.
In Hertford, Hereford, and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen.
Oh, no. No ear at all.
Shall I do it over?
No, please. Start from the very beginning. Just do this. Go, ha, 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Go on.
So you all realize that different people, they learn differently, right? As much as different people learn differently, different people also pick up things differently. So it's up to us how do we, the way we, not exactly handle them, but rather how do we approach people. Different people, they are different. All right. So give me a bit more time, maybe 5-10 minutes, and then we end for today, right? We talk a little bit more on what we call as the visual, how people learn. Those visual people, how do they learn? Number one, they relate most effectively to written information, like I told you just now. Visual, they see, right? Notes, diagrams, pictures. I remember when I was younger, I don't like to read numbers. I don't know about you. And we like to do comics, a lot of pictures, So when you look at a picture, wow, you catch the attention of the message very well, isn't it? All right. Yeah, watch YouTube. Yeah, exactly. That's why YouTube is very, very captivating and very interesting. YouTube. So now, maybe so you see. Number two, they can be verbal. YouTube. YouTube, besides seeing pictures, the video. Now the video is a picture and audio. All right. So they see. Okay. They see. And some people also relate. I'm lousy with names. So usually I connect. Not so good If you connect, it's like, you branding people, that kind of thing. Let's say for example, people's name is Adam. Just example, Adam. I would try to connect with the first human on earth, Adam. Then it was first man. And so I look around. Is a wife called Eva. Okay. So I try to connect. I remember faces better, not names. Okay. And then we think of pictures, uses colors. Okay. Facial expression shows their emotion. Do you know that a lot of people, they don't realize they have this kind of a facial expression? So we may approach them, why is your face like that? No man, normal. But they don't realize that actually, their face shows they're more angry, funny. So they show. And also they may be good in writers, journalists, graphic designer. So basically, these are the people. So when these kind of people come to you, so you got to draw. Like now, I try my best to have few things with you all. Besides looking at the words, we have videos, right? Sometimes we have a questionnaire, all right? Questionnaire, right, for you all, okay? Now, what about this auditory? Auditory are the people that learn by listening. Listening. They follow very well, but just give them simple instruction. That's it. So return a little bit less meaningful. Hearing. They write like they are not writers. Even they write also. They talk. Sounds like a multitasking. They funny. Opposite, they remember your name, but they don't remember face. There's the guy, John, who they remember name, but they cannot remember the face or whatever. And they're distracted easily by noise. All right. They remember by listening, music, like I told you. The score A, like that, got people like that one, score A. So maybe they are lawyers, politicians. What about kinesthetic? Kinesthetic. These are the people, they learn through touch, like we mentioned earlier, movement. They remember what was done, the scene, they talk, they remember, especially what they touch on, done, right? And probably they have what we call as physically involved, and they learn by playing games. I'm also involved with training, and sometimes through playing games. We learn things, right? So these are the kinesthetic people. So when you talk to these people, some of the words we use, if they are the visual people, we use words like, I see what you mean. Funny, the way you answer people also different, if they are more visual, I get the picture. What's a view? Auditory people? It rings a bell. I hear what you are saying. That sounds good. Different. All right. And then we mentioned for this kinesthetic are the people like feeling. It feels good. Let me try. Hands on. More than anything else. All right. Okay. Do you get it? I know I'm being a bit fast. Are you all fine with that? Maybe we have some time for you all, any one of you to open for a moment. Any one of you would like to say something? Okay. Are you good?
What about the teacher and the learner? Teacher one category, learner another category.
Yeah. Okay.
What happened?
What would you do?
Yeah, I'm asking the Sifu now.
Like I say, I don't have all the answers. Okay.
Well, I say if the so-called coach is what he
audio.
No, he's a doer.
Okay, doer. Kinesthetic.
And the one being coached is not a doer. So how does the dynamic work?
You want a straightforward answer from me? Is that you see in coaching, if I'm the coach, all right, it has nothing to do with me. Meaning what kind of a person I am is not as important as the coachee, we call it. So we have to be sharp enough to know the coachee and to help them their way. Basically, like now this may sound a bit rude, right? Let's say mentoring. If I mentor someone, I would tell the person, now this is how I do things. You follow me, right? Remember last week we talked about that. CEO, you follow, correct? Now that's how I do, you follow me lah, but the person may say that I'm not you. I am not able to reach your level. You see, so same thing with coaching. Coach, if I'm a coach, you are the coachee. You are, So my job is to accommodate you. Sometimes it may be totally opposite, but my job lah. That's my job, to come to people's level. You see, if they are auditory, so that is why we learn here. We learn that different people, they are different. They won't learn. I mean, they wouldn't come to me and say that, coach, I'm a kinesthetic, So I say, cham lo, you're kinesthetic, So they won't ask. They don't realize that they are that kind of a person. So along the way,
How does the coach learn about the coach's preference?
And probably we have to ask. You have to ask, would you want me to draw for you? Direction, from where to where. That's why one session won't be enough. I think probably we only touch something. I experienced that we only touch something at the third meetings. The first meeting is more of getting to know you. First meeting, I won't take more than 1 hour. 2 hours is very tiring. Only third time, first time is get to know you, or who you are, your family background. Sound like chaka lah. But who you are, oh yeah, you're doing this, you're doing that. Second time is that, okay, what shall we talk about? Only the third meeting or fourth meeting, Richard, remember, Richard? Remember? First two meetings is more getting to know one another. At the third meeting, only we zero in is that what is the issue that we want to handle. See? So it takes some time to know. See, I hope it helps. Help a bit, Okay. Anybody else? All right. If not, I want to do something with you all. All right. Look at the. Let me hang on.